Hello, the amazing atheist. I'm everybody, and today we're going to be doing Faith Watch, where we monitor the religious people of the world and see what kind of crazy shit they're up to. And, oh shit. My neckbeard sense is tingling. I feel our first story coming on. This story takes place in Poland, the land of Poles. Ah, you wish. In Poland, a Roman Catholic priest was caught with some boys.
Drum roll.
Smoking weed. Yep. Actually, I think this is a positive religious story, because, you know what Catholic priests are usually caught doing with boys. I think smoking weed, that's a big improvement. Catholic Church, I like this new direction for you guys. I don't know, maybe Pope Francis really is making those sweeping reforms we keep hearing about. The cops, I don't even think the cops were going to check it out at first, because it was the priest and the two boys, and they were in a car, and I figure that the cops were walking by, and they saw the priest, they saw the boys, they heard the priest say, hey, suck on this, and they just think, oh, it's just business as usual in the Catholic Church. But then, what's that smell? That's weed! He's smoking weed with those boys! He ain't molesting them! Arrest his ass! I actually think that this is pretty sound theology, though. I mean, if you think about it, heaven is up, weed gets you high. Hallelujah! Pass the pipe! Fuck yeah! You thought heaven was made of clouds? Fuck no, that's smoke, motherfucker. Yeah, you get to heaven, you'd be like, in Willie Nelson's house? What the hell's going on here? You see all the soccer moms that go to heaven like, oh, did someone run over a skunk? The boys were 16 and 17 years old, by the way, so it's not like this priest was smoking with the Rugrats. Sounds like a pretty badass priest to me. This is probably the most compelling evidence I've ever heard for religion. Might become a Catholic if I can get the hookup, you know what I'm saying? But that's that story. And next we're going to journey to the mythical far-off land of California, where a Christian activist paid $200 to file a ballot initiative called the Sodomite Suppression Act. Yeah, he would have filed it earlier, but he kept spending all his money on male escorts. The law states, and I quote, any person who willingly touches another person of the same gender for the purposes of sexual gratification shall be put to death by bullets to the head or by any other convenient method. I love the emphasis on convenience, because it's like, you don't always have guns and a bullet to shoot a homosexual. Sometimes you're like, fuck! Wasted all my bullets on that damn pride parade. Now I can't kill those two faggots over there. Oh, but I guess I could just run them over with my car. That would be convenient. Or, you know what I could do? I could just stand at the edge of a cliff, right? And just jerk off. And then when I shoot my load, those faggots will probably jump down there trying to catch it. Ha ha ha! So predictable, those queers. The law states that also that anyone who distributes sodomistic propaganda will go to jail for 10 years and or pay a fine of $1 million and or be excommunicated from the state of California for life. Exile! Exile! I didn't even know there was a mechanism whereby any jackass with $200 could file a petition for a law to be started. Not even really a petition, just like, here's my crazy law that I want to pass, here's $200. So now it's filed with the Attorney General, I guess. So in light of that, I would like someone in California to file the Castrate Worthless Bigots Act. And basically what it is, it says that anyone who supports the Sodomite Suppression Act has to be castrated with a ball-peen hammer, because that's what it sounds like it's for anyway. I mean, ball-peen? Come on. I mean, that's really not a good cutting device. You're not really slicing the spuds so much as you are mashing them. But, I think it has the same ultimate effect. Now, what about the women who support the Sodomite Suppression Act? I mean, they can't be castrated, so what I figure is that if they support it, an inexperienced surgeon who has to be drunk, by law now, this is the law, will replace their ovaries with water balloons filled with battery acid. By law now, by law. I think we have time for one more story. This one concerns a Muslim, because I don't want our Muslim? They're not cloth. What the fuck am I talking about? I don't want our Muslim brethren to feel left out here. A Muslim man named Gene Kamara was working at Costco And because of his religious beliefs, he refused to touch the pork and to touch the alcohol. And he was a cashier, so you kind of have to touch pork and alcohol if you are working as a cashier at a store that sells both of those things. So Costco, in a pretty gracious move in my opinion, switched him to cart duty, which he didn't like, and long story short, he is now filing a human rights complaint against the company. So here's a little tip for you guys. If you're like a PETA activist, don't go get a job at Outback Steakhouse. If you're allergic to eggs, don't go get a job at a bakery. If you're an honest person, don't get a job in politics. And if you're a fucking Muslim and you feel that you can't touch pork or alcohol, don't get a job as a fucking cashier at a place that sells those goddamn things. And if I'm not mistaken, Costco wraps its pork in like cellophane and shit, right? I mean, it's not like you just grab a big raw hunk of fucking meat with your bare hands and slap it down onto the fucking conveyor belt, right? So he doesn't have to touch the pork. He can touch the plastic that's around the pork. The same goes for alcohol. You can't touch alcohol? Well, you don't have to. You just have to touch a bottle that contains alcohol. So fucking problem solved for you, buddy. Can you imagine if other people in other professions tried to pull this kind of shit, like an exterminator comes to your door, and you're like, oh, thank God, the exterminator's here. We got termites, we got fucking centipedes, we got scorpions, we got spiders, and I want them all dead. Kill them all. And the exterminator's like, oh, I'm sorry, I can't do that. I'm a Zen Buddhist, and I believe it's wrong to hurt any living thing. It's like, well, how the fuck can you be an exterminator then? I don't know, but I'm not willing to pay the karmic price for killing those bugs. So, in other words, people with religion are fucking crazy, and you already knew that, but that's what we do here on Faith Watch. We keep you appraised of the specifics of how they're crazy and what they're doing now. I'm the Amazing Atheist. If you enjoy this video, please give it a big fat fucking thumbs up. I'm over half of the way to my goal to purchase a new editing PC. If you want to help me out with that, there's a Fundly link right down there below. And what the fuck, there's an annotation right here. Click on the annotation, help me out, help me get a new editing computer so I can make more videos for your fat, lazy, stupid asses. Well, not all of you are fat. Not all of you are fortunate enough to be blessed with the man tits. I know some of you have them, and those of you who don't want them, but it's not for everybody. You know, it requires dedication. You gotta just sit there, you know, you can't just eat 6 Oreos and be like, I quit, I throw in the towel. You gotta eat that entire fucking package, and then you gotta open a fucking bag of Cheetos for dessert. Fuck yeah, I'm the Amazing Atheist. Once again, peace the fuck out, and see you next time.